So it looks like JD is wasting no time and getting his life back. He announced a new album that he's making with his buddy Jeff Beck. Now, if you've been watching coverage of this over the past couple of days, you would know that Jeff Beck was doing a lot of shows over in England, and now he has just recently added JD to the entire tour. So he's going to finish off that tour with him. And then they announced today that they're making an album together, and it'll be out, I think they said, in July. So that's pretty cool. I've never really heard his music other than like a few clips of some stuff from the Hollywood Vampires here and there. But that's interesting. I mean, this is a good way to kind of try to jumpstart that because your fame is at an all-time high. And you could easily get people to check that out because a lot of people just want to support him right now. That's why you see Dior's cologne that he endorses because they're the only people that have stuck with him, to be honest. The sales are through the roof. Through the roof. So it's probably going to sell well because people want to support him. This is why Warner messed up. But yeah, the British guitarist told the crowd, I met this guy 5 years ago, and we've never stopped laughing since. We actually made an album. I don't know how it happened. It will be out in July. So look forward to that. He hasn't made any movie announcements, and I don't think he will for a while. I do suspect that he probably is in Beetlejuice 2. I covered that. Him and Tim Burton have done a lot of work together. I think that just sounds right. So he's probably going to be Winona Ryder's husband in the movie. That would be my guess. And that would make sense. Because, I mean, unless he's playing some kind of new antagonist, because I would naturally think that Beetlejuice would be the villain, unless they're going to change it up and have him be friends with Winona Ryder now, like the cartoon. I don't know. There's nothing that anybody really knows about that movie yet. But here's something that I do know. Anybody that associates with JD now is getting attacked because you've got this guy, Sam Fender. He's this guy right here in the selfie that he took with JD and Jeff Beck. This was right after the announcement. So, like, this got posted on Instagram right after the verdict was dropped. And, you know, a lot of people were celebrating. There's JD feeling good. Got his little pint there of ale, hanging out with his buddy. And here's this other musician. I'm not familiar with his work, hanging out with him. Well, he had to delete that selfie because outlets like The Independent are attacking him for it. Sam Fender's JD pub selfie was a serious misstep in an otherwise glittering career. So, literally, they're saying, why is he hanging out with a domestic abuser? That's what they're saying. You can see it right here. Leaning hard on that UK trial to try to smear this man. So we should be standing with AH. Why? He's not trying to kill his career. He can take a hit from The Independent. It's crazy to me that these people have so much power and nobody reads them. Isn't that insane? Like, these outlets, like, really should have no power because legacy media is dying. It's the dinosaur of news. And they still have tremendous power. A couple outlets write an article on you, you're canceled. You're canceled. It's like that's what they're doing. That's their only way they can wield power now is to threaten people, basically. Sad. Like, what a way to go down. Not going down with grace, you're going down nasty. But they write this whole article on this man saying, oh, you know, he's such a great guy, wears his heart on his sleeve, does this stuff with charity, but yet he's hanging out with JD? Why would he do this? He should be standing with AH. They called her allegations a hoax. They bring all kinds of nasty shit in this. It's like, really? So now, if you search his name, this is going to pop up, and stuff like the stuff that's written in this article will pop up with his name too. And that's the tactic there. That's why they're doing that. Just pointing that out. It's disgusting. I mean, this media frenzy that's going on right now is insane, and they're only hurting themselves by doing this. As Sky News points out here, media loses reader trust by painting the JD and AH trial as misogynistic. And they're 100% right. This tactic that they're doing is really stupid, because people stand with JD. The overwhelming majority of people do. And it's not because of any of the reasons they're saying. It's because AH's stuff was just not credible. It's not credible. She, and they point this, they paint this picture that it's going to set women back, and I don't think that that's true at all. Because for one, people had no problem believing Whitney Houston. People had no problem believing Rihanna. I mean, have you seen those pictures of Rihanna after what Chris Brown did to her? You could obviously, there's no pictures of Rihanna the next day looking just fine because she, quote unquote, put makeup on it. That makeup wasn't going to hide those black eyes. She was obviously messed up from what he did to her. People had no problem believing her. I have no problem saying that Chris Brown probably did some nasty things to her. Because it's true. But the way that her story has changed several times, and, people have seen the evidence for themselves. They've seen the trial for themselves, because that trial was watched by a lot of people. The live stream numbers don't lie. So don't sit here and tell me that this sets women back. The only woman that's getting set back from this is her herself. Real survivors don't like her. It's very obvious. And it's just crazy to me that they just won't let this go. It's wild. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.